bàtà kó pẹ́lẹ́sẹ̀. Kábẹ̀bẹ̀ kó pẹ́ lọ́wọ́. Akọ́yìn sí ọba Ọ̀gbọ́sùtì. Ṣé ló lé wọn lọ?
My name is Bukola Shonuga, and I have the honor, it's really of great pleasure. I couldn't even begin to express how I feel to be sitting here with His Imperial Majesty, Oba Adeyeye Enitan, Ogunwusi Ojoja II, Ooni of Ife. When you were installed last year in December, I'm not sure how much the world knew who you were, but as soon as you were crowned, it's like something just happened around the world. You ignited something that I've never seen before, and especially in the social media platform. What brought you to the United States, Your Majesty?
Thank you very much. First of all, I will give all the honor, all the glory, and all the adoration to the King of Kings, the Supreme Being, for making today another memorable day. I give all the glory to him because he's the author and finisher of everything. So the objective of our mission is to revive and revamp our heritage, our culture, and our tradition all over the world. Not only the Yoruba race, but the entire black race. It's very important for us to unite and come together as a formidable force and try and remind each and every body that belongs to the black race that we have things in common. Irrespective of our countries, at some point, there were no boundaries of countries in the midst of all of us. All of us that came out of continent of Africa. Our colonial masters put the boundaries. So it's very important for us to remember our joy of origination, where we all came from. It's very important for us to know that our culture is still intact, to know that our tradition is still intact, and our heritage is still intact. And above all, we have a very strong and formidable kingship system. And that has been in existence for hundreds of thousands of years all over the continent of Africa. We need to let the world know that the kingship system is still intact. It is very good for community development. It is there to support the government and the governance in the entire Africa as a whole. So we came again for something very important in the United States of America, which is going to happen in Philadelphia by Sunday, this Sunday. We all know how important Philadelphia is in the United States of America. That's the first state in the whole of the United States of America. And the state is going to play host to one of the largest, if not the largest gathering of all the African American and the entire black race. The gathering is called Odunde Festival. It's been in existence close to 50 years. And I'm invited as a royal guest of honor. So I decided to come with other prominent kings in Yoruba land. That's why we're here. And yet, nobody is championing the cause of the youth. It's very important. It is, like I said earlier on, God actually placed me into this position, and I have to give honor to him. And I decided to dedicate the throne to youth emancipation. It's very important because that's the future, and we don't know the future. Nobody knows the future. It is only God that holds the future. And you should be afraid of the youth because you don't know what they will become. So it's important for you to take care of them. The elders, they've gotten to where they are right now. But the youth, you don't know whatever they will become in the future. You need to frame and mold them very well. It's important to mold them right and let them understand the joy of origination, let them understand our culture, let them understand our tradition, and above all, let them have empowerment, because it's very pathetic. An average African lives under less than $1 a day, and yet Africa is at the center of the entire world. Africa is the epicenter of the world. If the center is not right, the substance can never balance. So for youth emancipation, it's important for us, not only in Nigeria, but the entire Africa. And that is the mantle that I'm carrying, and that is the mantle that I will forever carry, because we must come together and look for good things to do together. Help ourselves in terms of agriculture, help ourselves from solid mineral development, help ourselves in tourism, because Africa is so rich in our culture. We have the best culture and best tradition all over the world. It's been proven. God has blessed us with so many things. So we need to showcase all the things we've been blessed to the entire world.
How do you, if you can put that succinctly, how do you think that traditional rulers can play an important role in governance in terms of making sure that people get what they deserve, or whether it's, in all areas of running a community?
Thank you very much. My simple analysis that I always tell people is the only book that we have adoration for, the only book of Bible, the only book of Quran, the book of Torah, and several other holy books that each and everybody believe in. God spoke about the kings, the prophets, and the chiefs. God never spoke about our millennium democracy, which has been there for a long time anyway. God didn't speak about the president or governors and all what have you. God spoke extensively about kings. And that's why he is the king above all other kings in this world. So my point is, the kingship system is a very, very sacred position. They're very close to their people. If anybody wants to become a president or a governor, you have to visit all the traditional rulers. It's very, very standard. The reason is they're closer to their people. They see them on daily basis. They know their issues. They know their family background. They know their compounds. So as a result, it's a very strong platform for the politicians to get to the throne, to get to their offices from time to time. And kings are there permanently, except in death. That's when, but even if it's in death, they don't even shift position. It's very sacred. It's a very sacred position. So my point is, before colonization started in Africa, kingship system has been there from the very, very get-go. And the way things have been put in place during those days, there was no issue at all. Everything, the way community are being built, the way community are being taken care of or are being administered, we didn't have any issues. But when colonial masters came, they even tried to blend it across board so that they would carry them along. They realized that they don't have a choice. They can't do without the kings and the traditional heads of each environment. So they have to carry them along. I'll give you a good example in Nigerian constitution. At some point, it was there for a very long time. The kings took very pivotal position. Like look at Ooni of Ife. It was the first governor general in the entire Africa that was appointed. Ooni of Ife. The same for Sardauna of Sokoto, Sultan of Sokoto, and so many other kings. They played a very pivotal role in governance. But at some point, when government started changing, they actually expunged it from Nigerian constitution. And we're deliberating on it now that it needs to go back, because most of our leaders are not there for a long time. Maximum, the constitution says 8 years. But it's very difficult to build, but it's easy to destroy. So now we need to build back that institution. And that's why we are all here as a group. We are here as a group to rebuild it and let the world know that the traditional rulers are very, very important in putting things right in any community.
Thank you very much.